What if your darkest thoughts, your trauma, your shame, your sins weren't just in your head, but living things, monsters, entities, real, and someone out there can see them? Welcome to Clean Room, a comic that digs so deep into your psyche, you might not come out the same.
Welcome back to Top Secret Inc., the underground vault where comic book secrets are declassified and your reality gets restructured. I'm Thorne Bishop, your guide through the weird, the warped, and the downright disturbing. And today, we're cracking open a title that doesn't just mess with your head, it invades it. Clean Room by Gail Simone is psychological horror on a surgical level. Mind control, demonic parasites, cults with PR teams. If you think you're safe reading this, think again. Our story starts with Astrid Mueller, a former cult leader turned self-help mogul with a terrifying secret. When journalist Chloe Pierce loses her fiancé to suicide shortly after he reads one of Astrid's books, Chloe digs in hard. But what she finds isn't just a shady self-help empire, it's a clean room, a sterile psychic space where your subconscious gets stripped raw. No filters, no mercy. Chloe's investigation quickly unravels a hidden war between humanity and entities called the Cleaners. They feed on our mental illness, our trauma. Astrid can see them. She's trying to fight them, but not for noble reasons. This is power, plain and simple. Each volume spirals deeper into layered conspiracies, eldritch horror, and jaw-dropping psychological warfare. And it never lets up. Every time you think you've got it figured out, bam! The rug gets pulled, your brain spills, and you're questioning your own memories.
Before we dive deeper into the mission, let's pull the files on the key players: heroes, villains, rogues, and wildcard operatives. This is the subject profiles. Astrid Mueller, the prophet of pain, a best-selling self-help guru and ex-cult leader with the power to peer into people's deepest traumas. Cold, ruthless, and calculating, she claims to be saving humanity from demonic forces, but her methods are anything but pure. Chloe Pierce, the reluctant exorcist, a grief-stricken journalist who loses her fiancé to suicide after reading Astrid's book. Her obsession with the truth pulls her into a war far bigger than she imagined, transforming her from skeptic to psychic soldier. Killian Reed, the broken weapon, a former assassin haunted by her past. Recruited by Astrid, Killian is a woman of few words and many scars, both physical and psychological. She's loyal, dangerous, and possibly the key to everything. Dr. Goebel, the butcher of the mind. A twisted surgeon who performs experiments that blur the line between science and psychic horror. Cold, clinical, and fascinated by human suffering, but his own motives remain suspect. The Cleaners. The thoughts that feed parasitic entities that feed on human trauma, manifesting from deep-seated pain and guilt. They can't be seen by most, but they're always watching. And once they find you, they don't let go. Mary, the digital ghost. A mysterious hacker who aids Chloe from the shadows. Her knowledge of the clean room and its secrets hints at a darker past and a deeper connection to the war that's unfolding. The clean room, the mind's mirror. More than just a space, the clean room is a psychic chamber where illusions vanish and truth becomes weaponized. Enter at your own risk, because what you face in the room may never let you leave whole.
Chloe is our emotional anchor. She's raw, furious, and determined. But the more she learns, the more twisted her morals become. Astrid, on the other hand, is terrifying. Cold, manipulative, but brilliant. And maybe our only hope. The supporting cast, from killer assassins to reality-bending cult survivors, are layered with real pain. No one gets out clean. Gail Simone writes like she's channeling nightmares with surgical precision. Her dialogue is tight, punchy, and filled with subtext. Meanwhile, Jon Davis-Hunt's artwork is immaculate. Clinical when it needs to be, grotesque when it has to be. The body horror? It's next level. Think David Cronenberg meets medical textbook.
They told us not to ask questions. They said the files were corrupted, the intel classified, the case closed. But we kept digging. Welcome to Black Box Theories, where the facts don't add up, the coincidences aren't random, and the truth buried under layers of denial. Strap in, agent. You're not supposed to hear this. Theory number 1. The cleaners are humanity's future. Classification: highly speculative. Some believe the cleaners aren't demons, but evolved humans. These entities could represent a future branch of humanity that transcended physical form, feeding on trauma as a new kind of sustenance. Evidence found in their non-linear perception of time, their obsession with mental energy, not physical dominance. Astrid's cryptic comments about what we might become. Theory number 2. Astrid Mueller is already infected. Classification: plausible. What if Astrid isn't fighting the cleaners, but coexisting with one? Her unnatural calm, lack of empathy, and deep insight into people's pain may be the result of her hosting a cleaner, using it for power. Evidence found in her ability to manipulate the room unlike anyone else. Characters noting her inhuman detachment. Subtle shifts in her personality during key scenes. Theory number 3. The clean room alters reality, not just minds. Classification: plausible. The clean room may not just reveal truth, it rewrites it. What starts as therapy could be a massive gaslight operation, changing memory, perception, and even identity. Evidence found in Chloe's unreliable flashbacks, characters forgetting key events, Killian's fractured memory, and emotional shifts. Theory number 4. Chloe is the next Astrid. Classification: highly likely. Astrid may be grooming Chloe as her replacement. Every trauma she endures seems designed to break and rebuild her. By the end, Chloe mirrors Astrid's tactics, and even her tone. Evidence found in Astrid's obsession with Chloe's potential. Chloe using similar manipulative methods in later volumes. Visual parallels between Astrid and Chloe's presence in the clean room. Theory 5. The suicide epidemic was engineered. Classification: possible. What if the wave of suicides wasn't collateral, but intentional? Either Astrid or the cleaners may be behind it, harvesting pain to fuel psychic access or weaken societal defenses. Evidence found in the chain reaction triggered by reading Astrid's book. Multiple victims reporting similar hallucinations. Astrid's cold reaction to the deaths.
The world of Clean Room is grounded in cold corporate realism, until it's not. The clean room itself is a sterile psychological battleground, and the tone? Unrelenting dread. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not reading it right. This isn't just horror, it's a surgical dissection of trauma, belief systems, mental illness, and control. Who gets to define that? To define sanity, and what happens when someone weaponizes the truth? Clean Room sits in the same room as Sandman and Hellblazer, but screams even louder. It's modern horror that understands cults, media manipulation, and how belief can be both poison and salvation. Fans of The Invisibles, The Filth, or Providence, this is your jam. If The Boys gave you a taste for corruption and mind games, Clean Room is the upgrade. It's not a comic, it's a mental colonoscopy.
Some intel doesn't belong in the open. When a story gets too twisted, too dangerous, or just too damn weird, we file it under red. This is the Red Files, classified content, high-risk statistics, and the kind of secrets you don't unsee once exposed. Proceed with caution, agent. Red File number 1. The Clean Room is based on real psychological deprogramming techniques. Gail Simone studied actual cult deprogramming tactics while researching the story, blending them with horror elements to make the Clean Room feel uncomfortably plausible. Red File number 2. Astrid Mueller was inspired by a real cult leader. Simone loosely based Astrid's calm but terrifying control on real-world figures like L. Ron Hubbard and NXDM founder Keith Raniere. Red File number 3. No panel is accidental. Artist Jon Davis-Hunt structured his layouts to reflect control versus chaos. The more psychologically unstable a scene, the more disjointed the panel layout becomes. Red File 4. Vertigo didn't ask for edits. They wanted it darker. According to interviews, DC's Vertigo imprint actually encouraged Simone to push the horror further, resulting in even more intense and twisted scenes. Red File number 5. The Clean Room has a real-world location. The fictional Clean Room's headquarters was designed after a European wellness retreat Simone once visited and hated. That cold perfection, it's real. Red File number 6. Hidden code in the pages. Some fans believe recurring number sequences in the series are a cipher or code left by Astrid herself. Simone has neither confirmed nor denied it. Red File number 7. Killian's backstory was originally too graphic to publish. Early drafts of Killian's past were so disturbing that even Vertigo pushed for revisions. What we got was toned down. Red File number 8. Clean Room was originally pitched as a TV series. Gail Simone first explored Clean Room as a script for psychological horror television, but adapted it into a comic for full creative control. Red File number 9. Simone calls it her most personal work. Behind all the monsters and mind invasions, Simone has said Clean Room reflects her own battles with trauma, control, and mental health. Red File number 10. You'll never see a mirror the same way again. Mirrors appear constantly in Clean Room, often reflecting hidden truths or watching characters. Are they just objects or portals?
All right, agents, intel has been gathered, dossiers reviewed, and it's time to declassify the best of the best. Welcome to the awards segment, where we spotlight the operatives, wild cards, and game-changing moments that made this mission unforgettable. Let's hand out some top secret honors. The top operative award goes to Astrid Mueller. She's not a villain, not a hero, she's a force. Watching her operate is like watching a scalpel cut through ideology. The Dark Horse Award goes to Killian, the traumatized ex-assassin who walks the tightrope between loyalty, fear, and redemption. Never the loudest, but always the most dangerous. The Spyglass Sequence Award goes to... That moment Chloe first enters the clean room and her guilt manifests as a grotesque living creature. Nightmare fuel. You don't read that scene, it crawls inside you. Clean Room is intelligent horror for readers who want their skin to crawl and their brain to twist. The strengths? A mind-shredding plot, brilliant characters, top-tier artwork, and zero fear of going dark. The weaknesses? If you're looking for light fun or fast action, this ain't it. The pacing can drag, and you will need to reread. But for fans of psychological thrillers, deep symbolism, and cosmic horror with meaning, this is essential reading. Final score, 9 out of 10. Terrifyingly smart, emotionally brutal. You'll never trust your therapist again. If Clean Room made your brain hurt in the best way, drop a comment with your favorite what the hell moment. Smash that like button if you've ever questioned reality, and subscribe to Top Secret Inc. for more deep dives into the weirdest corners of the comic multiverse. Until next time, I'm Thorne Bishop, unlocking stories they don't want you to read.